Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. The provincial and federal governments are teaming up to provide $15.6 million over the next 3 years to financially support workers impacted by tariffs. It affects the industries of steel and softwood lumber and is expected to impact around 1,800 workers. The funding will help unemployed workers learn skills for in-demand jobs, while people who are still working can train for an adapting industry.
What we're going to be using these dollars for is through an application process by businesses that are affected. So what they'll do is they will apply, stating that we've got, or workers, obviously they've got issues with employment sustainability because of a shrinking demand for their product.
We'll have more on this tonight at 6. A Prince Albert man has been charged with the attempted murder of a police officer. RCMP say on Monday over the noon hour, a white SUV drove through a stop sign in Meadow Lake before speeding toward Highway 55. An officer tried multiple times to stop the vehicle and was hit by the SUV when trying to put down a spike belt to slow the vehicle. The officer was treated for injuries described as non-life-threatening. 26-year-old Keaston Mitchell from Prince Albert is facing a string of charges, including attempted murder, aggravated assault of a police officer, and assaulting a police officer with a weapon. 26-year-old Jasmine Beatty from Deschambault Lake is facing less serious charges. RCMP are advising the public to be alert for fraudulent letters being sent claiming they've won a Set for Life lottery. RCMP say the letters come in handwritten envelopes claiming to come from the lottery's president of operations, instructing the recipient to call a number and claim a lump sum prize. Police say the return address and phone numbers are not connected to any legitimate lottery company and are warning residents to be cautious of unexpected mail, never share financial information with unverified senders, and avoid calling phone numbers or visiting unfamiliar websites listed in suspicious letters. Saskatchewan's Speaker of the House is calling out MLAs for their behavior inside the Saskatchewan legislature. Speaker Todd Gowdy is taking exception to the name-calling and heckling taking place inside the legislative chambers. Yesterday, he stopped the clock to remind members about decorum, lecturing members on the issue.
Are you able to keep your comments to yourself?
I'll do my best, Mr. Speaker. A lot of people talking in here today. I don't know why you're addressing me specifically.
Well, from my seat, I can hear all the voices in the place. There are a few that are outspoken.
In a written statement, the Saskatchewan government said the legislative should be a place for debate, not hate. Well, Jeff, we made it to Friday. There's lots going on this weekend in terms of hockey playoffs, but what kind of weather are we going to have in store?
Hockey playoff weather.
I like it.
It's not going to be a big warm-up. That's what it's not going to be. In fact, today was the warm day as we make our way into the next few days, and we also anticipate some precipitation early next week, and it could be the shoveling kinds. We'll talk about that later on.
Saskatoon is moving ahead with plans to become one of the first national urban parks in the country. Council approved plans for Parks Canada and Meewasin to have a park running from south of Beaver Creek, through Saskatoon and ending northeast of Wanuskewin, despite opposition from a number of environmental advocates. The sticking point is the boundary of the northeast and small swales that will be adjusted. These sensitive lands, abundant with many plant and animal species considered threatened, are excluded from the park, and advocates feel drawing new lines will reduce protection. Council has previously prioritized.
In many years of observing Saskatoon City Council, we have never seen a case where explicit instructions or guidance from elected leadership have been so blatantly ignored and overwritten by the hired help as they have been in this instance.
The city is planning its newest neighborhood to border the swales. A legal boundary of the swales is expected to be established when that moves ahead next year. After the break, Seedy Sunday is coming to Prince Albert Library. Jasmine Pelche learns about the seed exchange and gardening talks this weekend.
There might still be a lot of snow on the ground, but it's not too soon to start thinking about gardening this year. And Carrie is hosting a Seedy Sunday this weekend at the library, right? Could you give me like a rundown on what Seedy Sunday is?
So Seedy Sunday is put on mostly by Seeds of Diversity. There's events happening all over Canada, and the one here in Prince Albert is this weekend, and where it focuses on exchanging local seeds and keeping the diversity of seeds in Canada and keeping that seed bank alive and well. So we have a seed exchange, we have seed vendors, and then we like to focus on gardening and stuff as well. So we have gardening vendors and gardening information and all sorts of fun stuff that'll get you excited about spring.
You say local seeds. I don't have a ton of information on seed exchange or gardening. What is a local seed?
So a local seed is just something that you grew in your own garden and you collected the seeds from it. And so, and then our seed vendors do the same thing. They grow plants for the seeds specifically. So they're coming from Alberta and Saskatchewan. So you know that those seeds will grow and do well here in Saskatchewan. They've become adapted to our weather conditions, our soil conditions. So, and that's why we want to kind of keep those things alive. So. We have Kristen Ray coming from, she's just south of us, and she has a YouTube channel where she talks about everything gardening, and she's coming to talk to us about her, how she's extended the season for flowers in her garden here in Saskatchewan, so she can grow flowers later into the season and start them earlier so that you can have beautiful flowers all year long.
Are you going to be talking about starting indoors quite a bit? Just because I'm thinking with the snow melt, is this going to be a year where you're going to have to start gardening a little bit later than usual?
It all depends. Sometimes we have a lot of snow and it melts really quickly, but usually we have something that we can plant outside May long weekend. But there is a lot of plants that you're going to want to start indoors, same as every year. Your tomatoes, your flowers, those kinds of things that you can start right away so that you can have those tomatoes and those flowers that you want in your garden. Definitely come out to Seedy Sunday because there's a lot of people who grow more things indoors than me. So it's a great way to just talk to other local gardeners, other people who've done seed starting before. Our seed scent vendors are very good at it. And yeah, it's just a great way to meet other gardeners and kind of get those tips from them as well. So.
You had a seed exchange last year. How popular was it in terms of attendance? Like, how many people do you remember sort of came out?
I think our count was around 200 people. We had about 60 stay for the speaker and come and go all day. So yeah, we've got a few people that come to the library and see what it's all about. So. It is downstairs in the auditorium and meeting room. So we'll have the vendors in the meeting room, and then the speaker will have a presentation in the auditorium. And yeah, it's from 1:15 to 4:45. So come for the afternoon.
If someone is looking to find out more information, where can they go?
So for more information, they can go to our Facebook event, or you can go to the backyardpa.ca and find out more there as well.
While I have you here, is there anything else that it's worthwhile to mention while we're talking about starting gardening indoors this year?
I think just we're excited for the spring because it's so snowy outside and very much winter-like. So if you're looking for just something to remind you that spring is coming, definitely come on out. And we can find, there's a gardening club that's going to be there. There's the exhibition is coming to talk about their horticulture displays at the exhibition. Lots of gardening vendor, lots of gardening information. I'll be there with my business called The Backyard. And yeah, so if you're excited for spring and can't wait for it to happen, this is a little reminder that it does eventually come.
Very inspirational. It is so snowy outside.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Coming up, Jeff has a look at weather heading into the last weekend of March, then patients with disabilities getting treatment after a hospital stay. best time of year, despite what you look out on the ground and look at. But definitely, we're trying to inch our way towards spring, Jeff.
Well, I think you think it's the best time of year because there's so much hockey playoff action going on, and then of course there'll be NHL playoffs and beyond. But yes, we've got ourselves some cold, wintry conditions, albeit although we are in spring right now. Just to point out what's going on the West Coast, some of the snow is retreating to northern areas. They'll get a bit of a break in southern parts of British Columbia, but that snow will continue to slide back on down, likely maybe rain on Sunday for parts of the lower mainland. The other thing to keep in mind is that the high-pressure area is going to slide into Alberta, giving relatively clear skies. But we're going to have some upsloping winds, and that upsloping winds, along with the system that's coming in from the States, could create some snowy situations for a lot of Alberta and maybe even parts of southern Saskatchewan as we make our way into the weekend. And yes, they've had a bit of a cold day, and it's going to start to in Ontario. It's going to warm up, but that colder air making its way out to Atlantic Canada. It's been a messy day, and temperatures are going to cool off as they get into the weekend. Our situation, well, pressure lines aren't really close together, but they're not really far apart. So let's say moderate winds, but they'll be shifting around throughout the day. And here's one of the systems that might slide into parts of northern areas, but we don't anticipate a lot of accumulation. So here we go. Let's take a look at our numbers right now. So overnight, yeah, these numbers are way below seasonal for this time of March. Minus 16 for Spiritwood under cloudy skies. Clear skies in the Battlefords, minus 13 degrees. Candle Lake, minus 17. Also minus 17 in Birch Hills and Rostern and Nipawin. Birch Hills and area, there's a possibility of some flurries overnight. And Melfort, minus 16 degrees. Making our way into the tomorrow situation. The tomorrow situation, we've got ourselves temperatures that really don't vary all that much, but we'll go through them location by location. Spiritwood, cloudy and minus 4. Cloudy in the Battlefords, minus 3 degrees. Cloudy and minus 4 in Candle Lake. Mainly cloudy in Nipawin with minus 4 still the high. Minus 6 in Birch Hills under cloudy skies, and cloudy and minus 5 in both Rostern and Melfort. On to Prince Albert, and here we go. Well, we've got partly cloudy skies tonight. The winds start to back off this evening, but these temperatures overnight, minus 17 degrees. That is I won't go so far as to call it nasty, but it's still below seasonal. And that's true of tomorrow's daytime high, minus 4 degrees. Yeah, it's nowhere near where we would typically be this time of year, which happens to be around that minus 6 degree mark or thereabouts. Cloudy skies, winds out of the east at 15. And then as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, mainly cloudy skies on Sunday, minus 2 degrees. So on Monday, it's a snow day. Now in Prince Albert, we're expecting less than 5 centimeters of snow, a bit more in southerly areas, meaning to say Saskatoon. Saskatoon might see a lot more in way of snow. Minus 3 degrees for a high on Monday. Tuesday, minus 2 and mainly cloudy. Ditto that for Wednesday. Thursday, oh, look at that. It's back to the freezing mark. It's still below seasonal, though. A good chance of flurries on Thursday, slightly less of a chance on Friday. And as you can see, daytime highs on Thursday and Friday right at the freezing mark, just to make things nice and messy.
And Jeff, yeah, I mean, I love sports, and this is a good time for hockey, but it's also every day gets a little better, maybe temperature, but most of all, the sun stays out longer.
Yes, isn't that nice? When we leave work at night, it's like, oh, it's not dark.
Precise. That's exactly what I was going to say, is when you leave work.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, Jeff, the WHL playoffs, like we mentioned, they do begin tonight as the #1 ranked Prince Albert Raiders host the #8 seed Red Deer Rebels.
It might be on a 2-on-1 with Sarkinov. Coots from the left, now feeds it in front, scores! Clear the beach! Sarks are in the water!
The last time these two teams met in the playoffs was in 2019 when the Raiders went on to win the WHL championship. In this year's season series, the Rebels and Raiders split 2 games apiece. The Raiders have home ice advantage, so games 1 and 2 start at 7 from Art Hauser Center.
Twirls on Lancer, curls in the left wing circle, spins, fires, scores!
The 7th-ranked Regina Pats are in tough as they head to Medicine Hat to open their series against the Tigers. Medicine Hat won the Ed Chenoweth Cup last season and won all 4 games between the two teams this season. Regina has 2 underage players on their roster, while the Tigers finished with 46 more points than the Pats. Game 1 starts tonight at 7 from Medicine Hat.
And drop it, poked away. Here comes Elias, pull the other way on a breakaway. Pull, it alone for Saskatoon, backhander, scores.
The final Saskatchewan team, the number 6 seed Saskatoon Blades, begin tonight in Edmonton, taking on the 3rd place Oil Kings. In the season series, Edmonton won both games over the Blades. That game starts tonight at 7 from Rogers Place. Hundreds of dancers are in Yorkton this weekend for the Vibe Dance competition. Frigina DeClute tells us more.
The Gallagher Center has turned into a colorful extravaganza, from animal ears to tulle skirts, balloons and music signaling the arrival of the 2nd annual Vibe Dance competition.
We have 880 dancers here from 15 different studios. They're just coming and they're competing, having fun, bringing positive vibes and spreading the energy and love for dance.
Magnusson and her sister came up with the idea of a new competition when they were in Saskatoon. They grew by over 300 competitors this year.
We also are one of 6 qualifying dance competitions for new Sask Dance Provincials. It's a new dance competition that is now provincially operating, first year this year. It's in June in North Battleford.
In Yorkton, dancers can compete in various age groups, experience levels, and categories.
Like there's ballet, pointe, there's lyrical, contemporary, there's musical theater, we have live singing, we have lip singing, there's hip hop, jazz, tap, modern, you name it.
This means the dancers and staff put in long hours to deliver the best experience.
Teachers and dancers are here by 7:15, warming up, getting ready, and we're running right through till probably 10 o'clock at night because we have so many people that wanted to come. So
the 4-day event lasts until Sunday.
I think it can help me with getting criticism and everything, and also learning how to become a much more stronger dancer in a way. And I think it's just a great competition for that.
For aspiring young dancers, the competition can be a step toward reaching their goal.
It's always been a dream of mine to be in musicals and do Broadway and things like that.
The tulle skirts and good vibes will be in the Gallagher Center well into the weekend. Frigina DeClute, CTV News, Yorkton.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
An Ontario YMCA is teaming up with the region's Healthcare Association to help people with disabilities stay active after leaving hospital rehabilitation. As Retta Ishmael reports, participants can continue their treatment in a community setting.
It's called the Adapted Fitness Program, a pilot partnership between St. Joseph's Healthcare London and the YMCA of Southwestern Ontario. It's helping former rehabilitation patients stay active after leaving the hospital.
It's really been a godsend because once I was done at Parkwood, I was worried that I wouldn't continue on, and I didn't know which gymnasium to go to that would have people that were knowledgeable.
For many people living with a serious injury or disability, continuing that progress after discharge can be challenging.
There is a big gap in the community once people are discharged from rehab about ways to maintain activity within the community. Parkwood itself does have a small fitness center, but it's not enough to serve the needs of the entire region.
That's where the new partnership with the Y comes in, creating more inclusive fitness opportunities in the community.
Did already have this equipment here. We definitely have increased or added some pieces to make it more accessible.
Now, participants are meeting twice a week at the YMCA Center branch for guided workouts and support from trained staff.
2 assisted hours on the fitness floor where there are trained personnel available who understand people with different disability context, who are able to assist the members that come in with carrying out their independent exercise plan.
For participants like Mark Hastings, who is living with a spinal cord injury, the program offers something beyond physical recovery.
With the Y, it's open all the time. I can come and go whenever I like. And when I have these young ladies helping me out, I can use the equipment that I wouldn't even know of.
And while the focus is fitness, the social connections forming along the way may be just as valuable.
It's been really great because, like, not only do I get to see them improve physically, we also do, like, a group cool down at the end. So we'll, like, hang out, we'll talk.
Organizers say the pilot program is already showing strong results, and they hope partnerships like this will help more people living with disabilities stay active long after rehabilitation ends. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
A new study suggests having a positive attitude about aging keeps people healthier. It followed more than 11,000 seniors over a decade, testing them for things like memory, math skills, and walking speed. The results show participants with a positive outlook improved in the various areas more than the others who were monitored. The research is out this month in the journal Geriatrics.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
Never mind man's best friend, Jeff. A new study is suggesting that dogs have been part of our families for much longer than we realized.
That dogs stem from a wolf population. Now, we don't know where this wolf population came from, but what we do and what our study finds is that we find there was a dog population in West Eurasia at around 18,000 years ago. So this is post-Ice Age.
Caveman's best friend. New genome analysis suggests they were human companions 5,000 years earlier than we previously thought. And the research, it says dogs evolved from gray wolves and accompanied human hunter-gatherers long before the existence of agriculture. I wonder how they figured that out in the genome. I don't even know what a genome is, Jeff.
Oh, I think you do. I think just being self-effacing. But, you know, it's the bottom line is I don't know either.
Yeah,
that's why they're the brainiacs.
Exactly. There you go. Something behind those eyes. You always wondered, eh?